Ho ho! Cody here with Creation Outdoors, and it is a beautiful fall day here in Iowa. And obviously I'm not in a tree hunting right now because I was lucky enough to fill my tag, and so I'm thinking ahead to Christmas, which is just around the corner. And similar to last year, I wanted to put out a Christmas or holiday gift guide with some maybe unconventional ideas for you, for the people in your life that like to hunt and fish and generally spend time outdoors. And so, as with last year's gifts, all the links to everything that I'm saying in this video are in the description below, and so feel free to click on those to be able to really directly find what I'm talking about, and some similar items as well. It's super handy and will be able to get you there fast so that you can find the best deals for Black Friday or closer to Christmas time and have things arrive at your home in time for the holidays. So the first item on this year's list actually was on last year's list as well. That's because it is so good and it is a great stocking stuffer. These items happen to be Night Eyes gear ties, and I use these all the time hunting and fishing and generally around the house, in the garage, whatever. They are super multi-purpose twist ties essentially with a rubber coating, and recently I was introduced to these other ones which have a loop on the end, and so just by putting the end through the loop adds a little bit extra security and serves a little bit of a different purpose. But like I said, I use these all the time, especially while tree stand hunting. I actually have my backpack here, and as you can see, I keep a couple just attached to my backpack strap all the time so that I can use them out in the woods for bringing up sticks or hanging my backpack in the tree. Anything, just about any purpose. They're a great all-around gift. Super cheap and super easy just to add into someone's stocking or into a larger gift that you're getting someone that I think they'll appreciate and put to good use. Next on the list is an item that's similar to getting socks or underwear for Christmas, but something that, again, I think is essential, and that is Permethrin. And so this is a clothing treatment that helps keep off bugs and especially ticks. It works astonishingly well, lasts a couple washes, and again, it keeps off ticks, which are no joke, because if you have Lyme disease or alpha-gal where you can't eat red meat, that can really hinder a person's ability to enjoy the outdoors, especially if they enjoy hunting. If they can't eat anything that they harvest, that's a real bummer. And so again, throw this in a gift for the individual that you love and care about, to treat their clothes with, to keep the bugs off them, so that they can enjoy the outdoors. Beyond that, something that's on my own gift list, or my own Christmas list this year, is a thermocell. And so thermocell is essentially a handy little device that's like carrying a citronella candle around with you all the time. It puts off a little cloud of gas that keeps you protected from bugs, specifically mosquitoes, and again, helps you enjoy the outdoors when you're out there and you're not being attacked by bugs, which is just a better experience for everyone. And all around improves your time spent outside. Another small item that packs a punch for this year's list is a Wild Country Rope Man Ascender. And so I think you can see this here. It's this orange piece that connects my carabiner to my rope. And anyone that hunts out of a tree stand or kind of uses these ropes, whether that's for saddle hunting or tree stand hunting, I found this to be pretty much essential because it replaces what's called a Prusik knot and allows you to slide this carabiner on the rope with one hand. And so you can work the rope through this pretty easily one hand, as long as there's tension on it, and then it has this little release here which allows you to move it back, again, one-handed. And for me, this has been a big improvement because I've been using a saddle this year, and just adjusting my tether one-handed is super helpful. But what I've found it most helpful for is for my lineman's belt. So when I climb up the tree, I have my lineman belt wrapped around the tree when I'm climbing up or climbing down, and it's been great having this where I can adjust one-handed, where I can hang onto the tree or work with my other hand on putting a stick or the stand in the tree, and again, just frees up a hand and keeps you safe. It's, like I said, a small item that packs a punch, and you really can't put a price on safety, and if it makes a difference between someone using some of these safety features or not, I would say it is totally worth it. So a rope man ascender, definitely something that's worthwhile getting the person that you love who spends some time in trees this Christmas. For the next gift, we're going to be moving into the kitchen. And something that my wife and I use all the time is a Thermopen digital thermometer. And it seems a little bit unnecessary, but we use this thing all the time. Whether it's cooking chicken, baking a frozen lasagna, or cooking the wild game that you're able to harvest, this Thermopen and a good digital thermometer is worthwhile for enjoying your harvests from the field or from the water. And like I said, we use this all the time. You don't necessarily have to get this Thermopen brand, although we've had really good luck with it and we like it quite a lot. But there's another one that's pretty highly rated on Amazon that I'll link as well, that is competitive and a little bit cheaper than this Thermopen. But like I said, we use this all the time when we cook in the kitchen. Pretty much whatever it is, we're temping it so that we can enjoy it and prepare it to the best of our ability. Staying with the kitchen theme, another thing that I want to include on this year's list is things that are involved in meat processing. And so this year my brother and I got into the meat processing game, and we found it a whole lot of fun and also totally worth it. I've seen some posts on different social media platforms where people are paying hundreds of dollars to process a deer. And while that's the necessity for some people, if you just took that money and put it towards meat processing equipment, you'd be able to do it yourself for the rest of your life. And so we purchased a grinder and a vacuum sealer. And I think if you are starting out, the best first purchase is probably a vacuum sealer, because it is more of an all-around kitchen appliance. You can vacuum your wild game. You can vacuum chicken breasts that you separate out from the store. You can vacuum seal a whole bunch of other things to preserve it for either freezing or storing. It is a great first thing to purchase. Get a vacuum sealer. The one that we got is great. It's made by Nesco. It can do a double seal. I really like it a lot. But if you want to move beyond that, go ahead and get a meat grinder as well. It's a great thing to have around for when you need it. And again, in the long run, it can save you a whole lot of money when you are processing the game at home. Yes, it hurts a little bit to purchase these things initially, but like I said, if you're spending hundreds of dollars to get your deer processed, or your elk processed, or your mule deer processed, antelope, fish, whatever, spend the money up front and then do it yourself for the rest of your life for free. It's super handy to have, and something that on my wild game eating journey was a big step, and something that we've really enjoyed having around and being able to utilize in the kitchen. So a little higher profile gift that I've utilized a whole lot this year is my GoPro. And it's a little bit cliche, but a GoPro, albeit more expensive than some of the other items on the list, is perhaps what I use the most. Such a handy, portable, durable little camera is super sweet to have around. And this whole journey on YouTube and spending time outside, being able to document that with this little camera that produces pretty great footage has been a blast, and something that I can look back on and enjoy those memories that I spent with family and friends. And it's really been a game changer for me, and something that I would recommend to everyone. This is a GoPro Hero 9, which I like a lot because it has this rear-facing screen that actually shows what's displayed, so you can kind of see yourself and make sure that you're in frame. The Hero 10, which is the newer version, has the same thing and a couple other features. But even if you get one of the older, maybe cheaper versions right now, I think it's totally worth it to bring this along to document your outdoor activities and reminisce on the times that you spend with friends and family, which is what this season is all about. And I think that a GoPro can actually bring a whole lot of joy to a whole lot of people just by being able to remember some of those special events in your life. So GoPro makes the list this year. Super awesome, and I really have enjoyed mine. Now the last thing on the list is similar to what I started last year's list with, and that is a couple subscriptions that I think people who spend a lot of time outside should have. And those subscriptions this year fall into two categories. The first category is hunting maps, and the second category is fishing. So hunting maps. spend the money and either get a subscription to GoHunt or OnX. So these two platforms have really expanded over the last year. I personally use OnX for a lot, and they've partnered up with things like Hunt and Fool and DeerCast to provide a comprehensive app and accessibility program that not allows you to look at landowner information, but also different things like tag preferences, and also a solid weather app that tells you when or not to hunt. GoHunt is also great. It's got a great 3D mapping feature and is kind of the premier when it comes to tag allocations and application strategies for Western hunts. And so GoHunt or OnX, one of the two, make sure that the person that you like, that you love, who likes to hunt, has. The other item that I think is important if a person that you love fishes a lot is an app that's put out called the Precision Trolling Data app. And so what this does is it takes information from all of these different lures and crankbaits and tells you that if you want to fish that at a certain depth, this is how much line that you have to have out. This app is based on real-world data. This family goes to a lake with a scuba diver and tests all these and puts it together in the app. And so it is real-world data that you cannot beat with simulations or algorithms. And I think it's great, especially for trolling. We went and trolled Saginaw Bay this year, and we use this app all the time to determine the depth that we needed to be at to catch some fish. And so I think it'd be valuable for the person that fishes a lot in your life as well. And that's it. That's the list for this year, and I appreciate you watching and checking out what I had to say for Christmas gifts for this year. And again, like I said, check the links in the description below, and check out last year's video because there's a whole lot of value there too. I will link all of those in the description. And with that, enjoy your holiday season. Enjoy Christmas. Spend it with family, and be careful. Do your best, and just enjoy the joy that takes place around the holiday seasons. And so again, thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.